Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to DIY Art Plus. So I'm here with a pet painting. I know this requested for like so long ago, but I finally have a time for a pet portrait here. So I'm gonna paint a pet here. I already draw an outline that I found from Pinterest. I don't have a dog, so this is all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use, this is 11 by 14 size of canvas. These are all the colors I'm gonna use. Now you can also just take a picture for these colors. You might need to get similar shade if you can. So these are all the colors I'm gonna use here. Okay, and I'm also gonna use a little bit of blue, like just a little tiny little light blue. And I'm also gonna use my white paint, which is right here. Okay, so these are the 6 colors I'm gonna use for my dog. So let's start painting. Okay, so I already take my paint out on my paper plate here. And these are the brushes I'm gonna use. I'm using this small brush, it's a 0 size. So let's start painting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a little bit of water here. You can also use a spray bottle so your paint don't get dry. So I'm gonna start with the face first. I'm gonna start adding the eyes, nose. So let me start working on that. So my pet, my dog here, have a little lighter eye. So I'm gonna start with this color here, lighter color. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow my pencil line basically just for the eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna fill it around. Okay, same thing for this one here. Now this part I like to do it before I do the full face because it will give you, everything is gonna take a little time to dry here. So I like to do this part first. Okay, I'm also going to use a different color here. Now I'm going to use, let's say, this dark brown I have here, right here. Now I'm just adding a base color here. I'm gonna go back on this area to make it more darker if I feel like I want to make any area darker here. So this is just a background color, you can say. Okay, better. All right, I'm also gonna work on the nose here, and I'm also gonna use the brown color for this. So basically, I'm just gonna apply this dark brown under the nozzle area here. Okay. I'm also gonna do the whole outline for the nose. And I'm leaving the nozzle area because I'm gonna use black there. Okay, now I'm also going to use here a little bit of blue. Now I have this light blue that is I'm going to use here. Now trust the process. Okay, so I'm just going to apply the blue. And I'm going to blend that with the brown I have here. Okay. I'm also gonna add a little bit more blue right here again, and I'm just gonna blend it with the brown here. Okay, now I'm gonna use a black color right here, so let me also grab a black. Okay, just gonna apply it right here. I'm not sure if you can see a big difference, but I'm still gonna apply this color here. Okay, I'm also gonna go over the outline a little bit again. Okay, also under the nose area here. Okay, I think this is good enough. Okay, I'm just gonna clean my brush here, and then I'm gonna start working from the bottom to up for this pat here. So my dog is running. I did not decide what I'm gonna do in the background, but let me finish the dog first and then I'll see what I want to do. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell here, but there you can clearly see like I can clearly see like 1, 2, 3 legs here. The third one is in the back somewhere, you cannot see that. Okay, so I'm gonna start working with the back leg I have here, and for that I'm gonna start with the lighter color here first. So I'm gonna take my light color, and let's say it is, the light is coming from the back, so it's hitting the back of the leg here. So that's why I'm using a lighter color there. Now all I'm doing right now is filling inside these lines. I'll show you how to blend it all together in a moment. Okay, and then I'm also going to use this darker brown, little lighter brown, okay, which is right here. And I don't want to make it too dark. I don't want to make my pad too dark here, so I'm also going to use a little bit of white here. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just following the picture I already have here. So wherever the lights are hitting, it's all lighter colors. I'm using all the light colors. Where there are more shadows, I'm gonna use mostly all the darker colors here. And just one tip here is do not use white color for now. Keep the white color for the last part when we add the highlights at the end. Alright, I'm also gonna add just slightly little darker brown right here. Okay, I'm done with the leg in the back here. I'm just gonna add a little touch of white again, a little bit more, maybe right here. It's hitting this area. Okay, I'm just gonna go back on this area and blend these all colors together a little bit. Okay, and I don't have any more paint left on my brush. I'm just gonna start from the top and kind of moving my brush between all the colors I just add. Okay, and I'm just gonna add just a little bit more brown. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my next leg here, which is this one, maybe here. Yeah. Okay, same thing. I'm just gonna start with the lighter color first. I'm also applying this maybe a little bit on this area too here, because I'm going to use a little bit of blue also. Oops, okay. I don't know if this is the right place to even paint this, but okay, I'm just going to start with a little bit darker shade of brown. And I'm just going to apply it right here. Okay, I'm still using my small brush here for this. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit of white because I don't want just the one color here. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit more white, and I'm just gonna make this area a little bit more lighter, blending it together. Now this is completely different type of pad painting I'm drawing. Okay, now you just have to play around with the colors. Okay, and then I'm also gonna apply this color right here. Okay, let me clean my brush again, and I'm just gonna start working on the lighter area here now, which is right here. So I'm gonna start with the white first. I'm just gonna apply white here. I'm also gonna use a little bit of blue, so just a little bit of blue. Okay, I'm gonna clean my brush because I have a lot of blue on my brush. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go back with a little bit more white here. Alright, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of the lighter again. So I'm trying not to use a lot of white here. I don't know, just use plain white because I'm gonna add the highlight at the end and I want to clearly see the white. So if I make this area white, it's gonna be hard to add highlight with the white later. So that's why I'm also using different shades of different colors here. And I know there is no blue in the pad here, but I'm still using a little bit of blue. Okay, I'm just gonna go back, make some area more darker. Okay, so basically I'm gonna do the same thing that I just did. I'm just gonna work on the lighter area for the highlight, and I'm also gonna work on the darker area for the shadows. So I'm using a darker color for the shadows, lighter color for the highlight. And again, do not use any white. I'm just gonna do the same thing on my whole pad. Once I'm done with that, we can start adding some hair. Alright, and for now my dog is just gonna look more muscular, but again, trust the process. And then after we are done with this part, I'm gonna show you how I add hair. Okay, so I'm gonna go back on the eyes again, and I'm using my black paint, and I'm just adding the outline of this eye. Okay, so now I'm using my black paint again and adding just the darker area. So these are all the shadows again, and I'm just using plain black here. And I'm also using a little light blue under that black line, and this is where the little bit of light is hitting. Now for the tongue, I'm using this rose pink I have. So I'm gonna make the back side of the tongue a little bit more darker. On the front side, I'm gonna add a little bit of white to kind of blend and make it light pink. So I did the same thing for the tail. I apply lighter color for the lighter and the darker color for the shadows. Alright, so my painting is completely dry and now I'm working on adding hair. So I'm again working on the darker area first where shadows are, and I'm using just a plain brown color here and adding this type of a little hair going over to the lighter area. So I'm just again adding tiny little hair coming from the darker area and going over to that lighter area like this. And make sure you are using your fine small brush. And as you can see, as I'm adding this hair, I'm also working on the outline too. I'm making sure to add also that same color on the edges of the ear I'm working on. And tiny little hair is again coming out on that lighter color. I hope this makes sense. And one more thing is I'm making sure to use similar color that I use in a background. So as you can see, I'm working on this lighter cream kind of a brown color here, making sure to use similar shade. Doesn't have to be same, make sure it's a slightly different shade, either it's darker or lighter, depend on what type of pad you are painting and what color that your pad have. And on the area like this leg right here, I use a lot of blue. Now my dog is not blue, of course, so I'm slowly adding this color on the blue area too, but this way I'm not covering the whole thing, just adding this kind of lines for hair again. And just slowly I'm working and building on adding a lot of hair on this dog, and starting with the darker color here first. Slowly I'm gonna work with the lighter and lighter colors. So for now I'm just still sticking with the similar color that I use in the background, but slightly leave it lighter, but not too light. Slowly I'm gonna work with the lighter and lighter colors. So now I started using a little lighter shade of this color here. So basically I'm using the same color but just added a little bit of white in this color, the champagne color I have. Alright, so now here I am just using plain white and mostly adding the just a little highlight on just the area where I feel like the light is hitting, and that area is a little bit lighter, so I'm adding hair like this with just the white this time. Okay, so now here I'm also adding some more white hairs, and on my dog there is no white hair again, it's just all the highlights that I'm adding. And right here the light is hitting more on this area here, and that's why I'm adding more lighter color on this area here, and I'm making sure not to hide that darker color that I have in the background. I really want to see that too, so that way you can see this area have a lot more hair than the face. And make sure where you are adding the hair, like how are you adding your hair, because there might be a wind here, the dog is running, so make sure to add the hair on the chest area that it's flowing. And yeah, just watch your brush strokes, I think, here for the hair. Alright, now I'm going back around the eyes again to just give a little bit more definition here. And what I'm doing is adding a little touch of this brown color and just using my finger to make it a little bit lighter, so it's not too dark. And I'm just gonna go back on the nose, on the top of the nose area here again, to just make it slightly a little bit more darker and add more hair on that area too. Alright, now here I'm just adding a little dot of white on these eyes. Okay, so my battery ran out and I didn't get chance to show you the last part. But basically what I'm doing here now is I'm using my darkest brown color here and basically adding the more darkest shadow on this painting, on this dog is gonna be. So these are all gonna be the darkest area, the darkest shadows. So I'm working under the ears here, also trying to add a little bit of outline on the outside of the ear, even though there is more lighter area on my original painting, the picture that I got it from the Pinterest, and just trying to add more shadows here. Now that's what I did for the ears. Now for the hair, I'm trying to keep my brush strokes like I was using before and trying to add more hair, but just with this darker color here. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this color here, just on some area wherever I feel like I want to make it more darker, add more shadows. So when my battery ran out, what I exactly did is add this same color around the toe area on his the leg here. As you can see, I did a little bit of outline there, just similar way. Alright, so I'm almost done with this dog. I'm just gonna add a little bit more hair here with this darker color, but this was only part one to add a dog. I'm also gonna work on the background now, and I'm gonna have to post another video for that, so I already posted that video too. So if you would like to check out how I also painted the background, and again, if you like to paint this painting with me, you can also paint this. You can also paint a different dog instead of this dog here. So yeah, I'm done with the first part of this video, of this painting here. And again, for the background, you can check out my second video. And if you paint similar painting, please share it with me. I love to see that. But that's all again I'm gonna do with this painting here. And if you like this video, again, give a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new to my channel here. So again, thank you so much for all watching my video. I will see you next time. Bye.